Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my run for Gladio's Lost Chapters Lufenia. So for this fight, the mechanic is actually very because for the op condition, you have to first of all put to delay them, to put an imperil on them, and to enchant your party with them. To enchant your party, and basically all of this needs to be on at the same time, because the mechanics of the op condition is to delay the bosses while they have an imperil on, or while hitting their elemental weakness. So you delay them and you hit their elemental weakness, and I'm pretty sure it fits all of the criteria for or at least I'm pretty sure Sabin fits all the criteria for it, because well, he is the showcase for this particular fight. But if you're not running him, it's quite annoying to deal with. As you can see, I'm hitting once. It's such an annoying mechanic. Sabin actually ignores defense from what I was reading on about him. I decided not to go for him because I look at my ticket and I'm like, too many people have been cursing me, so you know I gotta save what I can. Man. But yeah, coming back to my topic, I decided not to pull Sabin. So these bosses, at the start of the fight, they will gain actually a ton of brave and defense, which is why you're only hitting one. So if you're not running Sabin, you're bringing basically almost everybody else. I'm guessing you will hit one, unless you use gravity. People like Emmy, Kais in the air, but pretty sure these are like a few gravity based we have. I'm not really sure. XDev also, yes. But yeah, so you have to use gravity on them. You can slowly break them. I've seen Garland LD hitting way more than one, but it is not very efficient, I would say. So yeah, the only way to get them to lower their defense is to break them, and the issue is that yeah, defense is so high we cannot break them, you know. For the first two times they do this mechanic, you can actually tank it out with Gladio or Warrior of Light, or any tank basically, because they will not gain back the brave that they do. However, they will actually do it a total of 3 times at start of the fight at 79%, or was it 49%? I can't remember. I believe it's 79%. I'll put it in the description anyway. So 79%, 49% I believe. Sorry, start of the fight 79%, and when they go below 30% I believe, 29%. So yeah, when they are at either 29 or 39%, one of them, at that particular stage of the fight, you cannot break them with counters, because you'll be hitting once and they will just get their brave all back after the HP dump. So you will need at least one form of gravity, or just a ton of brave. But oh yeah, with that mechanic up, you cannot gain brave. So yeah, you need gravity. So yeah, Bards, I would suggest Bards. I mean, he has burst, he has gravity. You know, he's really good for this fight. For delays, you know that we have so many delays right now. I brought Garland because he can AoE delay. Cloud works too because of how much the op increases by. It increases by 8 every time you fit all the criteria in. We don't have to say about Sabin. Cloud Darkness as well. So basically, you want to bring anyone that can delay and put imperil and enchant. So Ash is a very good enchanter. If you're not going to run Paladin Cecil, Lightning running with Ash will be good because she can delay. She can. Oh yes, the bosses are also immune to instant break, so her instant break will not work, but she can delay. Lightning can put imperil as well. Another way is to just bring calls to tank it out and gravity, and then just bring a bunch of delays, because technically the bosses do not have to take a turn. They will gain their stupid their defense and brave, but they don't have to be taking a turn for that to happen. So you can just delay them to oblivion, you know, immediately burst with Garland or something like that, and then just bring people with gravity and or Gladio's core or Warrior of Light's core to just tank out the damage if you are not running the delay comp and you don't want to bring Gladio in. I would suggest bringing him in though. He doesn't really do well with delays in general, but you can time it such that his LD buff will, you can actually you know, maximize his LD buff. So especially if you're running someone like Garland, you can either AoE or single target delay. So you can either break them out of order or just push them just nice to where their turn is just before Gladios. You know, that is one way as well. So for my calls, I brought Emmy, I brought Kurasame, and I can't remember who's the last one. It was oh man, what's his name? The judge. Gabrov. Yes. I decided to bring Gabrov and okay, I brought Gabrov because he can put the debuff twice. You know, the HP damage up twice. And I brought Kurasame because his first call is a self-enchant. So I actually tried this or restarted this a few times. The problem was that I needed Impero, Enchant and Delay because the orc was at 8, and since B goes immediately, he will drop it down to 6, so his will be on 6. And I couldn't get the turn order in the right order, so I decided to just, you know, as you saw at the beginning of the fight, I actually enchanted Garland and then immediately delay him because Kurasame puts, or his unique debuff is actually Ice Impero along with a HP damage up. So Ice Impero, Ice Enchant for himself on Garland, and then Garland's LD just delays it. So yeah. Right, and another mechanic is that for the Brave gain and the defense gain is that as long as one of the boss hits the threshold, it doesn't matter if it's both, as long as it's just one boss hit the threshold, both will gain the Brave and the defense. So I am not exactly sure if you can, you know, just focus fire on one. I'm not sure because of the turn count. The turn count is 90. I did this in 60 plus. So I think it is possible to just focus one because I don't believe there's a rush mechanic. I did not see anything pop up when I killed one. But yeah, so focus fire on one and then take him down, deal with all the mechanics of the fight, and then, you know, switch your target or your focus to the other one. So that is one other way. So the good thing about these bosses is that they don't have a weakness. So you can put any weakness on them. I had an interesting theory in the sense that I was thinking, what happens if you put melee damage down or melee Brave down, or I can't remember what it's called, but basically they become melee Impero, they take more damage from melee. Then I read that they have to take elemental damage, so yeah, the idea went out the window. But yeah, so I brought Paladin Cecil because you can enchant and Impero. Yeah, so if you don't want to bring Paladin Cecil, which I highly recommend you do because these bosses love to spam HP attacks, and the overheal is really good. So you can always just bring anyone else that enchants, or and preferably Impero as well. Porum is also actually a really good choice here if you're not going to run Gladio, because she can allow basically anyone to tank it out, and at the third time that the boss gains the Brave, she can actually bring it down to 0. She can reduce the Brave gain to Brave gained to 0, so you can just break them on the next turn. Yeah, and because they're immune to instant break, there's no point running instant break calls like Kaias and stuff. And also because they take so much of the debuff shots. One way, I guess, I don't know exactly know how the mechanic will work here, is that you can actually bring oh my god, what was her name? The pirate girl, the one that her LD will reduce the enemy brave to either 1 or 0. I can't remember. All the names are, I'm just blanking on all the names right now, but yeah. I really cannot remember, but yeah. So her, you bring. I'm not sure if you can bring her in because at that point of the stage, the boss will also cleanse themselves if you don't break them basically. So they will do the HP attack, they will cleanse themselves, and then they will gain back the brave. So then your counter will apply. So your counter goes after everything is gone or has gone. So I'm not sure whether if you apply her LD debuff on the bosses will it proc, because they actually cleanse themselves before the brave gain. So or was it brave gain before the cleanse? I can't remember, but either way, I'm not sure which one will proc first. If the brave gain procs first, then technically the debuff should reduce it to 0 or 1, I can't remember. But if the cleanse happens first, then the brave gain, then you are not able to use yes, that's the name, fairies. Yeah, you're not able to use fairies. So that is it's a very risky kind of play. Another way is to just bring Buds in your party. You have Wind Imperil with his LD, you have Gravity with his LD also. You can always just run a Fujin core if you have her LD. I'm not sure whether with just her base core if you're able to clear, because there's a break from when the bosses actually get back the orb, and that is from 79% to 49. Yes, 49%. Yeah, so that's actually a huge time to waste your core in a sense, because you kind of need it at the beginning of the fight, and you kind of need it. You definitely need it at the end of the fight. So yeah. So I'm not sure if you can just run it with a base core. I mean, there are a lot more options for this fight as compared to the Cloud of Darkness one, where there's only a few characters that can delay them by 3. I actually left out Aranea, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Aranea is also able to delay by 3. But yeah, this particular fight you have a lot more options. You just need to be able to either tank out the brave gain that they have or gravity them. I would say gravity is a better option because of the way the last fight or last mechanic of the brave gain works. Which is also why you kind of see me bursting with Buds right now, because I want to time it such that one of the boss will go below 30% when it is his turn again, and that is a very ambitious thing, as they have about 40% right now. But if I'm not able to get it on Buds' first turn, then I want to be able to do it on his second turn. So all I have to do is just really focus fire down on one, and with Garland I believe I'm able to, especially with his Disaster of Chaos. It does so much damage, especially at this point of the fight. I mean, look at all the HP, I mean the brave damage down, and he's still hitting cap. That's insane. And he only hits, he starts to hit even harder when Buds' burst stacks increases. And right here I actually managed to bring B down to below, below 40%. That's when you get the brave gain, not 39, sorry, not 29%, 39%. So yeah, so as you saw, one drop below 39%, and both had the brave gain and defense gain. And that's when I started to apply all my debuffs again, because I noticed that after the HP damage, after they took a turn, they actually didn't cleanse their debuff. So I decided to put all the HP damage up I can put at least. Right here, I actually, on hindsight, I might not have wanted to put Ami's debuff on them, because when my Gladio came back, there wasn't any slot for me to put Gabrov's debuff on. I'm not sure if it's on or not right now. I didn't pay attention to the debuffs that I applied. But if it's not on, then yes, that's one of the mistakes I made. And as you saw, look at Garland, he's hitting 18,000 right now, 18,000 brave. That was like JP's damage, you know, the Japan version damage. And right here, actually, Buds has done his job. He's only staying in for his burst effect. There's no more gravity attacks that I need to. Whatever damage he does now is all just DPS. I actually don't need any more gravity. What is nice though is that at 3 stacks of his burst, everybody is getting their brave back after they do their HP damage. So that's one thing that's really nice. You know, so I would recommend that you either run or bring Buds, because there's not many decent options with gravity. So if you're running a Buds, or if you're bringing a Buds friend, then you don't, or if you're doing a mixture like what I did, you know, half some gravity and some tanking out, then I'll say you don't really need an enemy core. You know, you can just bring another HP damage up for you know, from between when they're 100% to when they get down to the cleansing stage, or the cleansing part of the fight, so that you know you don't have to worry about the turns and your damage. But just make sure that you have enough brave to survive a hit from the boss, because when I was running my own Buds, the boss just immediately, okay, it didn't immediately take a turn, but after Buds turn I realized that everybody didn't have brave, and the issue with that was that the boss broke 2 of my characters and immediately went again, and he targeted Paladin Cecile, and that was it. Nobody on my team had last stand, so he just died. You know, so that is one of the issues I faced when running Buds, is that the early part of the stage, the bosses might just break me and or break you and just delete that member. So right here I summon just to get as much delay, or try to delay the boss's turn as much as possible, even though the debuffs were not in any were not going to run out anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, I might as well just use the summon anyway. It's just extra damage and lower the turn count. Not that I need it, to be honest, but yeah. I also the one time that I tried, and I think this is my like 5th try, not including all the resets and stuff. But there was one try that I did very well, and that was my very first time I believe. Was that I actually made it all the way to the 3rd mechanic, the one where they get brave and they get brave after they do a HP attack. And if I had my summon, yes, I think I would have been able to finish it then. But I had to summon early to because of the op count. It actually ticked down to 1, and it was Paladin Cecile turn. There was no way that I could cause the op to increase, so I had to summon them. So what I'm trying to say is, don't be afraid to summon. You know. And another thing is that, another thing I realized only at the end of the fight was that I actually had enough LD with Paladin Cecile such that when the party enchant drops down to 2, I should be able to use the LD and then on the next turn refresh the party enchant with the free skill. Because during the 79% to 50% or 49%, you don't have to keep the party enchant up. You can even let the LD buff fall off if you really want to play safe with the amount of skills that you have. So yeah, you don't really you don't have to be so conservative with the LD skills as I was with Paladin Cecile. Garland had no issue. Garland skills were running out, like they were at 2 and 1 I think, and he had 1 more LD, so yeah. And I was mainly spamming skills with Garland because I needed his delay, his AoE delay. So yeah, you don't have to worry so much about Garland. He has more than enough skills, especially if you're going to use his EX as often as I did. But yeah, same situation with Gladio. I mean, I did switch him out, but yeah, his LD were fine, especially, and considering the fact that I did not run anyone to extend his LD, it was basically only like what? I believe he starts with 4 turns, so 9 turns of his, 12 turns of his LD active, of which Gala delayed like God knows how many times. So effectively, I believe I only had way lesser than that. But I mean, you saw my fight. I managed to finish it. All you have to do is just play really safe. You don't have to. I mean, play safe with the boss mechanics, and you'll definitely be able to finish the fight. 90 turns is a lot of turns. So yeah, artifacts fierce as usual. Hope you guys are able to complete your Lufenia fight as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.